Hello, everyone. Welcome to IGTV. This is a production of New York City Metro InfraGard Members Alliance. With us today, we have Professor Darren Hayes from Pace University in Manhattan. Good morning, Professor. How are you?
Good. Good morning, Joe. How are you?
Not bad. Not bad at all. Well, the current case we have before us is the U.S. Supreme Court via the United States via Jones. Antoinette Jones. Am I saying that correct?
Yes, Antoine Jones. Yeah,
Antoine
that's right.
Jones. All right. Why don't you give us the lowdown on this one?
Sure. A guy by the name of Antoine Jones was suspected of distributing narcotics. Agents secured a Title III wire intercept from a DC federal judge. And within the warrant, it said that the warrant was good for 10 days, but agents did not install the device on Jones's vehicle until the 11th day. Using the device, they were able to track down where Jones was going, and they found 97 kilograms of cocaine and $850,000, which they seized from the suspect's home. Jones was ultimately found guilty by a U.S. District Court in the District of Columbia and was sentenced to life in prison. Upon appeal, the Court of Appeals reversed the decision. So, because the decision was reversed, the case has been moved to the U.S. Supreme Court. So, the issue now becomes, does continuous use of a GPS tracking device require a warrant? This is a case that's currently before the U.S. Supreme Court, and there are mixed opinions, as we can see from the oral arguments. Justice Samuel Alito has stated, with computers around, it's now so simple to amass an enormous amount of information. How do we deal with this? Just say nothing has changed. So he believes that society has changed, and so there is more surveillance. On the other hand, Justice Sonia Sotomayor has said, when motivated, the Fourth Amendment historically was the disapproval, the outrage that our founding fathers experienced with general warrants that permitted police indiscriminately to investigate just on the basis of suspicion, not probable cause, and to invade every possession that the individual had in a search of a crime. The decision is pending on this case, but it will be very, very interesting to see how this case turns out, because law enforcement in many instances have used GPS tracking devices without a warrant.
Well, you bring up a very good issue here. You know, I think if I shake the dust off of my law knowledge, this may be the fruit of the poisonous tree here. You know, where police had permission to do X, and then for whatever the reason on day 11 they come in, still kind of with pure hands, you know, doing what they initially went out, what their intent was, just a day late on it. And then they come up with a cache of drugs and a whole lot of money seized from the suspect's home. Be interesting to see how the justices weigh in on this, since they were a day late. Hopefully, they weren't a dollar short.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, well, and this also, you know, this is another case where technology is in the news and technology is in the courts, and as you mentioned, you know, setting court precedent by the findings from these cases will be absolutely huge for law enforcement in any number of different ways, right? With GPS, with you know, the global hawk and everything else that's going on out there. You know, I've seen the Border Patrol using these what are they, global hawks, where they're in the air with these unmanned vehicles, and you know, they're taking video and audio, and you know, sooner or later that's going to turn itself into court. And all of these decisions will you know, render how law enforcement actually goes about doing a lot of these things. So I guess this is another one of those very, very important cases, which is going to be establishing a rule brick for law enforcement to follow.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, in another case, a Arab American, you know, found one of these devices under their car. Eight federal agents came to their home, demanded the device back. But this was not part of an investigation. And so the Ninth Circuit Court, which is known for being a little bit liberal, has already ruled that agents can attach a device to your car while your car is parked in the driveway, because they have already ruled that it's not within the curtilage of your home. So it's a semi-private area if it's not bordered in by fences.
All right. Well, that's another important case brought to our attention by Professor Darren Hayes from Pace University. And Darren, thank you for coming on to the program today, and we'll see you soon in the future.
Great. Thanks, Joe.
Okay.